Hey guys, what's up? It's Rico. It's gonna be my first review on any radio or anything like that, so bear with me on this. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rd-5r. Real simple, clean little radio. Has some bugs like any other radio out there, but is always constantly trying to work, trying to get better. Everything else. Like right now with mine, it may be issue with mine, I don't know, but the analog side on the transmit is very, very quiet, almost deaf. Reception wise though, on analog and DMR is phenomenal. I've received transmissions on repeaters from different agencies, repeaters and stuff like that, from over 60 miles away. So hey, you know, and that's just with the stock. Of course, I don't have stock. I don't ever put stock antennas on there. That's just my preference. Okay. The rd-5r, I'm sorry, has several key features like encryption. Yes, it does have encryption. So if you want to keep it quiet, you can. You can make your code, or you can go by the Moto Turbo standard code. And this is Moto Turbo compatible only on a single channel setup. Okay, think of it as like one repeater, one color code, 2 slots, multiple talk groups, direct or group. And as I was saying before, the setup for DMR or any other digital radio is going to be a lot different than what most people are used to with analog. Unless you've been working with it for a while, which DMR has been around, I want to say 10 to 12 years. Unless you're very familiar with how to set up the code plugs and everything, it is a learning curve. For me, when I got this radio back way, I think it was May when this first started coming out, April, May, I ordered this, and I got this like within 6 days, and it was from Amazon. Good part about it is once you get everything set up and tuned perfectly, it will receive like nobody's business. Okay. Now with rd-5rs are great. They have what you would call promiscuous mode, which most DMR radios have, which means you can listen to any talk group or any slot or any color code. The disadvantage with the rd-5r is that it won't tell you which color code it is or which slot it is. It will tell you the group, but it won't tell you what color code or what that is. Now, you can get a scanner with discriminate tab and find out yourself. That's fine. Great. Do that. RTL SDRs do the same thing. Back to this radio though, $75. You really can't go wrong with it. I mean, it works on amateur radio. It works on amateur groups. There's a lot of YouTube videos and Facebook videos on stuff like that. The support is actually great. I've got support from Jasmine Chow from Radio Oddity, and been a very big help with a lot of that. My only drawback is the analog, and because a lot of repeaters use analog around here, you gotta have another radio. But other than that, it's a really great radio. I love the scan feature on it. I love the dual watch, which is also called, I believe, let me check here real quick. I'll get back to you. Hey, I'm just doing this on the fly. Radio set 9 is double weight. Now on the code plug and the CPS, you can set it for receive one or both at the same time, which is phenomenal. I'm actually listening to a industrial DMR setup right now, and it receives it just fine, no problem. Beautiful, clear audio, and the reception actually is really good. It's a lot better than I expected. The voice quality is spot on, because I've got another rd-5r upstairs also. Excuse me. But only, like I said, the only gripe is the analog. I wish there was a little bit more functionality on it, and you know, if they need to raise the price to have more functionality on a radio, great. Another gripe I have is that the scan list cannot be edited on the front-facing panel, and that to me is an issue. And you can't select your scan list unless you select the zone. And to me, that's something that needs to be addressed, because you know, if you're going from state to state, yeah, you can add it on and as you go because it's got 1,024 channels. But if you're driving and you want to select a zone and you select that zone, unfortunately, you'll go back to the default scan list and scan that, even if you select it in the CPS. Another thing that I've also noticed that was a kind of a big deal is you can't save the channels that you find that's probably not on a repeater book or even on radio reference. You can't save that channel to the memory itself. It's only via VFO. Now, speaking of VFO, that's a great tool. I'm glad they have it on here, because a lot of the DMRs do not have that functionality. They're fixing it, but they didn't at the time I bought the radio. The squelch issue was taken care of with this last firmware update. It's beautiful. It's not an annoying crackle anymore. There are some reports of popping. Okay, but for $75, you really can't go wrong with this radio. Good for amateur use. Public safety, I wouldn't use it for public safety unless you had a backup radio. I would use this as a backup radio more or less, and I would use what was given to you. Now, if you're on a small fire department, I helped one guy set up in Canada. Okay, I don't know what the rules and regulations are here, but in the United States, you can't use this radio here. It is not certified to be used as a public safety radio. Can you use it as a public safety radio? Yeah, you can, and it does receive alerts. It does receive message downs, but the information is not made just for that. So what are we coming out of this? That's the question. It's a good radio. It's functional. It's basic, but it works, and it's worth the price. Now here's one more question I have for you guys. Are there tips and tricks? Do you have any questions? Do you have anything that you want to add that could be fixed to this radio? Because, you know, I'm just one user. I'm just one user, and there are many other users out there who have questions and gripes. That's what the forum is for. That's what the forum that I help moderate with. Milford Weeks from radio references out there, also Jasmine Chow, and a lot of other guys who are very familiar with DMR also run this forum, and we're here to help. So if you have any questions, just post it on the forum. I'm gonna post this on Facebook, and I'm gonna post this on YouTube. So if y'all got any questions or anything about DMR radios, ask us. We'll help. Okay. Other than that, that's all I could think of. Like I said, good radio. Little work like any other radio, but we're getting there, and it's getting a lot better every day. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day. Be safe and be blessed.